Welcome back to Stadium East Football Field in Kingston, Jamaica, as we continue our build-up to Manning Cup second round action between Mona High and St. George's College. Of course, let's take a look at how these two teams booked their spot in the second round. Mona High came through as one of the better third-place teams in Group D behind Hydel and Camperdown. They finished on 22 points with 6 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. While St. George's College in Group F, they topped the table on 28 points with 9 wins and only a draw. Other second round fixture results from yesterday: Eltham drew 2-2 with St. Andrew Technical. Wolmer's Boys were 1-0 winners over St. Catherine High. Kingston College were 3-1 winners over Vauxhall. Camperdown and Holy Trinity ended in a 0-0 stalemate. Coming up today, St. Jago High will play Charlie Smith. Hydel will play Jamaica College. Of course, today's featured televised games will see Mona High playing St. George's College and Excelsior playing Jonathan Grant later on. Let's take a look at Mona High's school facts. They were founded in 1979. They wear the colors red and cream. They're located on Mona Road in St. Andrew. They have a population little under 1,500. They have no Manning or Walker Cup titles. Their motto is to learn, to love, to serve. Earlier, I spoke to Mona's head coach. Let's hear what he has to say ahead of today's game. You've booked your spot in the second round as one of the better third-place teams. How do you advance on this opportunity?
Well, we could advance at the third place or the second place because we were good enough too, but we didn't play as kind of we should, but we are peaking at the right time and we rate our chances.
Considering it was George's who knocked you out at this stage of the competition last season, how does that play on the psyche of the players?
Well, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Some of the players really need Georges because they think they got some revenge to take, and it can be a bad thing. So we'll take them. I think it's a good chance with Georges.
What's the game plan you plan on using today?
Well, I know that Georges is a team that plays the ball around a lot. They use the ball on the ground a lot. We'll take it by 15 minutes and see how it goes from there.
Our digital player to watch is Mario Sims. How important will he be to the team today?
Very, very important. He's very important. He's a player that can change the game at any minute, and I hope he be on it again today.
So the coach is hoping that the digital player to watch, Mario Sims, will be on his A game today. He's only 16 years old. He wears the number 10 playing in the midfield position. He's had six goals and 3 assists to his name so far. This is his second season in the Manning Cup, and he is currently in 4th form. That is your digital player to watch for Mona High, Mario Sims. All right, guys, let's take a look at St. George's College's school facts. So they are 169 years old. They were founded September 2, 1850. They wear the colors light blue and white. They're located, of course, in North Street on Winchester Park. Their population is 1,447, including 64 girls. They have 22 Manning Cup titles. They are the second most decorated school in the Manning Cup. Their last title came in 2012. They have 9 Walker Cup titles. Their motto is for the greater glory of God. They're nicknamed the Georgians, or STGC for short. I spoke with Marcel Gale earlier, assistant coach at St. George's College. Let's hear what he has to say. Marcel, in this round where it's a home and away tie, how does that motivate an already high-scoring George's team to come out here and press for goals?
I must say it's quite intriguing. This time last year, same position, we had Mona again. It's just quite funny. But barring the rain, we expect good football today.
Mona has regarded this as a grudge match, considering you knocked them out of this stage last year. How have you prepared for that?
Yeah, we expect that. You don't want the same team to lick you twice. So we expect a fierce encounter. Mona is doing well. Kudos to this program. For the last 2 to 3 years, they've been making it to this far. But hopefully we can come out on top today.
Our KFC big deal player to watch is Nathaniel Campbell with 8 goals to his name so far. How reliant are you in his midfield presence?
He's capable of winning a match for us. We know that he's the leader of the team. We expect a lot from him. And you know, he works hard in training, so there's no surprise when he go out there and get play of a game. I mean, this is like our 6th or 7th match, and Nathaniel has been getting quite a number of man of the match. So he's been working hard, testimony of what he's doing in training.
He's working hard in training. He is the KFC big deal player to watch, 18-year-old Nathaniel Campbell. He plays in the number 10. He has 8 goals to his name so far, playing from the midfield position. He's played 10 games so far this season. He's in his 3rd season playing in the Manning Cup. And of course, the young man is skillful and has a good shot. That is your KFC big deal player to watch for St. George's College, Nathaniel Campbell. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we have kickoff. And of course, you will be welcomed by our commentary team led by not the Donald Oliver, but Ricardo Chambers and of course, Chris Taylor.
On the eastern end of the National Stadium complex in St. Andrew, Jamaica, we find the Stadium East Field, the venue for this second round encounter in the ISSA Digicel Manning Cup, and it features St. George's College and Mona High School. Ricardo Chambers alongside Chris Taylor for this encounter. St. George's College, the away team today, champions on 22 occasions, St. George's College, but an entire generation of Georgians would not know what it feels like to lift this prestigious cup. They have not won it since 2012, and that's something they would love to change in 2019. For Mona, a second consecutive trek to the second round of the Manning Cup. They're coming from recent years like 2012 and 2013 when they did not even enter the competition. Christopher Mason will take charge of the encounter. Kimor Reed and Ahara Medley, his first and second assistants for this contest.
Right? You in charge of your team, organize your team. Right? At the end of the day, you're the better team. No, don't hear the whistle. Please.
Final moments with the two captains.
Right?
Lelox the Reed for Mona on the left, sporting the number 5 jersey. Nathaniel Campbell will lead for St. George's College this afternoon. Let's have a look at the Mona High lineup. Cleghorn will be in goal. Lelox the Reed is the captain. They have Ferren, Hilton, Thompson, Carr, Richard, Sims, Harris, Whittingham and Pinnock. Their coach is Alexander Morgan. He was there last year, experienced campaigner. He's back this year as well.
And they'll be using a 3-4-3 formation. Look out for the likes of Mario Sims. And will be playing behind the strikers in the number 10. 6 goals to his name. And Jamal Carr as well will be playing on the left side of the midfield. And number 8 has 5 goals as well. Mona High 3-4-3. A team that has amassed some 24 points this season. And a dangerous one not to be taken lightly.
St. George's College have players all around the park who can score goals. They are an attacking force without a doubt. Orville Schmeichel back in goal. They have 5 players who started in the Manning Cup final last year. Schmeichel, Dunkley, Campbell, Brown and Cameron. Watch out as well for Taj Hilton, the centre back. He will have an attacking presence aerially up front. Can be very dangerous.
And St. George's will shape up like this. Somewhat of a 4-3-3 formation. And Nathaniel Campbell back from injury. He's been back with a bang, the captain, the number 10 as well. 5 goals in 6 games for him. And Shantamoy Taylor beside him, the number 11, who scored 14 goals, a 17-goal man last season. And there will be a dangerous combination up front for St. George's.
A two-way playoff this one. Mona High, the home team for this first encounter. 8 teams to make it to the quarter-final round of the ISSA Digital Manning Cup competition for the year 2019. Still a pristine-looking playing surface despite the rain that we had earlier. And so we still expect some quality football coming from both these teams. They met at this stage last year. St. George's College proved way too good for Mona. They won 4-1 and 3-0 in those 2 encounters, and they will be looking to inflict similar defeats this time around. But Mona, a team certainly with more confidence, more belief, and importantly, more experience from the one that lost a year ago. Let's see how they go in this encounter. Not a lot inside the Stadium East Field as far as fans are concerned. No surprise, it is an early fixture in school, not quite out as yet, plus the rain would have affected quite a number of people getting into the park. Akil Gardner with the throw for St. George's College. Campbell, Gardner comes in support and does well to keep the ball in. There's a quick 1-2 with Campbell again. And the attempted cross headed away, but the intention quite clear. There is Alexander Morgan, the coach of Mona High School. He's been around for a while. Actually brought Spalding High to the DaCosta Cup final in 2008, where they lost to St. James. Has worked with Central High, Knox College in the DaCosta Cup, headed towards goal and headed away from the target. That looked very dangerous, and St. George's College on the attack early and looking pretty smart.
Good ball into the box by St. George's. Excellent header as well by Taj Hilton. We told you to be careful of him. Very good aerially, Taj Hilton, and has caused a lot of problems so far. His 2 goals have come from headers this season.
Here's another one, And this one is headed wide of the target, but it's kept in play. Tash Hilton, very dangerous, and he can also strike those dead balls as well. Always an option for Coach Never Burtis Bell.
The worry for Tash Hilton and company is not on the attacking end, but how well they'll work together in the defensive unit. That's been somewhat of a concern for St. George's, and the thought has been when they match up against better attacking teams, you might see them exploited. We'll have to wait and see. But certainly at the attacking end, Tash Hilton, a dangerous man. As I said, 2 goals already this season from headers, and the first one into the box, by no means an easy one, but certainly an aggressive, a very good header on target.
St. George's College have scored 38 goals so far this season. They have conceded only 3, and the type of numbers similar to years when they have gone very far in the competition. When they put up those type of first round numbers, they tend to at least get to the semi-finals of the Manning Cup. There's Never Burtis Bell in his 3rd stint at St. George's College, his longest stint as well. And that stint spanning since 2011, and he's won 11 titles in that 3rd stint. First coach St. George's College back in 1989, and went from 89 to 93, won 5 titles across Manning Cup, Walker Cup and the Olivia Shield. Experienced campaigner and plays an attacking, entertaining brand of football, which is a delight to watch.
Just 1 Manning Cup title in that first stint, which came in 1992. Very talented team that one was.
St. George's College having most of the possession so far. Long ball looking for Nathaniel Campbell, who is today starting just in front of Shantamoy Taylor, the leading scorer.
He was the leading goal scorer for St. George's last season as well. Came 3rd overall in goal scoring in the schoolboy competition, in the schoolboy Manning Cup. 17 goals that was.
St. George's again with Akil Gardner. Quick one there with Shepherd, and Gardner is on his way again. Easily gets at the edge of the box. His cross is a teasing one, but it's cleared away by the Mona High captain, Laloxley Reid, who looks as if he's going to have a lot of work to do this afternoon. Here is Gardner again. Another good cross coming in, and this time it's dealt with. And Jabez Cleghorn cleaning up whatever mess could have been there for Mona.
Good balls in the box. It'll be interesting to see how the teams adjust to these wet conditions. A lot slippery here, a lot more slippery than we'd have seen yesterday, with the added rain as well. So the ball will skip across the surface very quickly. It will test the technique of these players, their technical ability. Have to prepare early. And very interesting for the goalkeepers as well. I would actually advise most persons who are kicking on goal to kick along the ground and use that wet surface to make it even more difficult for the goalkeepers.
Mona trying to string a few passes together here with the captain now, Reid. Loses possession, but does well to win it back, this experienced campaigner in his 4th season of playing the Manning Cup. Searching ball up front for Delneil Pinnock. But St. George's away again with Shepherd. Was looking for Taylor, and the ball was just booted into touch for St. George's College. Throw under no real pressure.
Ferron was a bit out of position, but I'm still surprised he played that out. Did have help behind him anyhow.
Mona with Mario Sims. He's their leading man this season. Finds assistance, but not many going forward, even as the ball is going forward for Mona. Wilson does well to maintain possession. Oh, brilliantly done here. Should get a cross in.
There's a little bit of insight in terms of the St. George's defense. That was very easy, and too easy. From the Mona perspective, good little build-up, nice ball put into the box, all along the turf, which is how I think they should attack St. George's on the ground. St. George's certainly do have the aerial advantage, 3 6-footers in their defense line.
And they are strong-looking 6-footers as well, nothing frail about them.
I love to see how they deal with the balls on the ground.
Jermaine Richards goes aerial. Looking to pick out Pinnock. There is Delneil Pinnock. Has scored a goal this season, Delneil Pinnock. There is Marcel Gale, has been the assistant to Neville Bell for some time now. Coaches in the Red Stripe Premier League. He's at the University of the West Indies and now doing a fine job with Waterhouse.
Yep, Marcel Fuzzy Gale.
Mona getting into their own. Flag is up for offside.
And you said it would be interesting to see how Mona transition in terms of getting more players forward. In the early stages, as you said, just one player really in the box and the others slow in coming. But as they gain confidence, I'm sure they will push higher.
Well, here they come. Mistake at the back for St. George's College. Great opportunity and well saved. DeVar Whittingham with the chance. And it could not beat Orville's Michael in goal, but that was a glorious chance for Mona to take the lead here.
Again, out of sorts at the back for St. George's. This is what we were talking about. And the communication just not there. And Whittingham should probably have made that count. Didn't find the far post. And that's why Schmeichel had an opportunity to save.
DeVar Whittingham, a transfer from Calabar High School, played at the under-14 and the under-16 levels for the Red Hills Road-based team. Didn't play the Manning Cup for Calabar and decided to go and try out for the Mona team and was successful in the summer. Didn't play the Manning Cup for Calabar, by the way, because his mother had other ideas. With the first opportunity of the contest for Mona.
Yet to get off the mark this season as well, Whittingham, so hasn't been in and amongst the goals. That level of confidence not quite there. That could really have helped it. And what a start that would have been.
Jermaine Richards. Richards does well, but then decides to try an ill-advised shot, and it's well wide of the target.
Yesterday, their North Street neighbours, Kingston College, went down by a goal to nil to Vauxhall initially, and took them quite a while to sort out themselves and come back into the game. Eventually won that game 3-1.
As Neville Bell pointed out, there are going to be days when you don't play as well against teams that you expect to beat comfortably, but as champions, it's about finding a way in those tough moments. That's what KC did yesterday. Still early days in this one. But Mona, the last 5 minutes have just taken over the game. Now, St. George's College looking to wake up now. Shepherd. Oh, here is the flag is up. As Shantamoy Taylor got in on goal, but not legally so. Has scored in all but one game this season, Shantamoy Taylor.
That was a game against Calabar, the televised game. This is just the second televised game of the season for St. George's, so let's see if there's a trend.
St. George's will be hoping there isn't a trend, and so will Shantamoy Taylor. Well taken down by Shepherd. Now Gardner has already gotten some good crosses in. Nathaniel Campbell comes forward to help. Naeem Cameron. Now with Gardner again. This is what St. George's College is so good at. Precise and accurate passing. And then another brilliant shot and a brilliant left-handed save by the goalkeeper. But that is St. George's College at their best without finishing on this occasion. But make that a warning.
Good movement by St. George's. Started by Nathaniel Campbell, their playmaker within the middle of the park, their captain as well. Nice flick pass, took it back well. And then the opportunity was well saved. That was the opportunity was from Jaheen Brown, but well saved by Cleghorn. Got down low, and it was dipping quickly as well. Strong left hand.
Corner kick now. Another very good one on this occasion. Brown gets possession for his team, then they give it away. Chance for Mona to catch them on the counter. St. George's College back quickly though. Maria Sims does a good job of holding the ball up. Here he is again. Finding Carlington Thompson, who has already shown a little bit of skill over on that right side. Sims. And on this occasion, Carlton Thompson not with enough room. A few more Mona supporters just coming into the Stadium East field.
They were totally dominated by St. George's last year, as we said earlier, at this very same stage. 4-1 in the first leg here at Stadium East. And then 3-0 at the Prison Oval. You like to think that this year's matchup will be a lot closer. I think Mona have improved, and I don't think St. George's are necessarily as strong as they were last year.
Well, Coach Never Burgess Bell actually thinks this is a stronger team, but that is yet to be seen. Look good in the first round without really being tested. And that 0-0 draw against Calabar. But in fairness, most teams in that group struggled to break Calabar down, even though they didn't advance beyond the first round. They didn't concede many goals.
Yeah, I thought St. George's just looked okay, to be honest, in the first round. As you said, not a group that would have tested them heavily. And even a Calabar team that, as you said, were hard to break down, but not very strong either in terms of firepower. Did give them a lot of trouble, St. George's. That is just one match, but as you said, coming into their own slowly but surely. Nathaniel Campbell, their captain, a player who they rely on a lot, their number 10, finally getting into good goal scoring form. Was under par last season, only scored 2 goals, has scored 8 so far, and of those 8, he scored 5 in the last 6 matches after returning from injury. If you remember, in that Calabar match, actually didn't play until the final maybe 10 minutes or so, when I think St. George's were a little bit desperate for a victory.
St. George's College with Shepherd. Shepherd has it on the left foot, gets a good strike on it, but straight to Jabez Cleghorn.
I was a little bit concerned for Cleghorn because it looked like he was well off his line, but luckily for him, the ball came straight to him and he held on well. He's done well so far, the Mona High goalkeeper.
A few shots on target so far for St. George's College.
And this is the latest of them. Just look there, didn't get back into his area. He's on the edge of his 6-yard box. Did cut the angle, but you'd like to think had that gone a little with a little more air to it towards the top corner, he might have been in a lot of trouble.
There is Maria Sims. The 17-year-old who has led scoring this season for Mona High has scored some 6 goals and would want to add to that this afternoon.
Plays in the attacking midfield role just behind the likes of Whittingham.
Free kick for Mona. St. George's College will win most of those aerial battles.
Just about to say, I don't think they'll have much success in the air, Mona. Apart from the captain, not the tallest bunch. Mona.
Devon Dunkley. Looking for Jaheim Brown now. Gavin Hilton wins it at the back for Mona. And they look to go on their way. Free kick. St. George's College have been to the Manning Cup final twice since they last won it in 2012. Lost to Jamaica College in 2015 and then to Kingston College last year. Beat Mona at this stage last year. And a chance for Mona! Slotted in! Daniel Pinnock with his second goal of the season. Keeps them celebrating in fine fashion. Mona 1, St. George's College 0.
Scrappy defending by St. George's yet again. Ball into the box. This was an aerial one. Challenged well. As we said, the captain may be the tallest among the Mona players, causing problems. Leloxley Reid. And well slotted home by Daniel Pinnock. And Daniel Pinnock. And good finish to the near post. Michael Beaton. And just as we saw yesterday, the underdogs taking an impressive lead.
Daniel Pinnock started his high school career at Pepin High. Switched across to Mona in 2017. This is his 4th season of playing the Manning Cup. That was his 2nd goal this season. And it's one that he'll surely remember for a long time. But this man has seen it all before and will know exactly what needs to be done for St. George's College to get back into it. But Mona have played well, especially after those first 5 minutes where St. George's College dominated possession.
Just think the St. George's team lack a leader in their defense line. They definitely don't look organized. We saw it against Calabar as well. And the 3 sometimes caught very flat. One butt pass sometimes beating 2 of them. Needs to be better organization around there. There is Daniel Pinnock, 2nd of the season. 19th minute of play. Big lead for Mona High. Their 27th goal of the season. Mona have played 2 games more than St. George's. We've seen that quite a bit so far in the competition, where teams have played a couple more matches than the other teams. We'll have to see as the game goes on. You don't really see those things start to tell till in the second half, maybe midway through the second half, the 65th, 70th minute, where players start to cramp and find tracking very difficult.
Taylor turns well, finds Shepherd, or does he? The challenge coming in from Leloxley Reid at the back for Mona High. And this man has so much experience, knows what it's like to coach in big matches. Although he lost that 2008 final, was also an assistant at Garvey Maceo at one time, was at Central as well with Jermaine Douglas. Corner kick. Oh, Cameron got up with the header, but off target.
Good attempt by Naheem Cameron. He scored 1 so far this season, the centre-back. Actually scored against Mona last year. Cameron in the 2nd leg, that 3-0 win at Prison Oval. Scored 1 of those 3 goals, just a little bit over the target on this occasion. But as I said, Morgan been around for quite a while. Wasn't initially at the helm at Mona at the start of the season. It was Coach Straw who was there, and midway through the second round of matches exited the team, and since then it's been Alexander Morgan in charge with Bennett, his able assistant, Anthony Bennett.
Yeah, Anthony Bennett is also an experienced campaigner. Incidentally, played for the national under-17 team when they got to the World Cup in 1999, and so he has a lot of experience. Chance for Whittingham, and a challenge coming in at the last minute, a vital one from Rashane Baker that denied Whittingham the opportunity for the ball to go towards goal. They will have a corner kick. Mona looking increasingly dangerous here on the counter.
Excellent tackle in the end by Baker, as you can see there. But again, not the best of defending from St. George's. They're just leaving too many avenues open, and allowing Mona to get in between the lines, causing a lot of problems so far. And Whittingham probably, as you said, the one man in this attacking force, not really having the confidence at the moment, hasn't gotten off the mark, Whittingham.
What we are sure about is that there is no lack of confidence and know-how on the Mona High School bench. They've shown on the park as well that they know a thing or two about what they're doing. Now, St. George's will have to respond.
Just the 2 losses this season, Mona High, both coming against Camperdown by a goal to nil. Camperdown doing the double over them, a tough group. Camperdown still undefeated this season.
Tash Hilton goes long, looking for Nathaniel Campbell, and it's headed behind for another corner kick. These dead ball situations, especially the corner kicks, will be very dangerous because of the aerial advantage that St. George's College will have. Shepherd with the corner kick. This one goes high, and the goalkeeper reads it well on this occasion. Cleghorn clings onto it, and they are away again.
Very solid team, Mona. They have showed that so far this season. They have grown from strength to strength. 24 points recorded in the first round, Mona. They were the best third place team. 12 matches, 7 wins. The 2 losses we spoke about that came against Camperdown, and 3 draws. 26 goals for and 12 against. So they do concede, Mona, but they tend to outscore their opponents more times than not. And they've already showed their warning signs against the Light Blues.
We're talking about a Mona High team that didn't enter the competition in 2012 and 2013, and when they returned in 2014, they got 1 point, finished 5th in their group.
But last year, getting through to the second round, not going beyond, were very dangerous. They were in a group with Jamaica College last year, and this year they have returned as well.
St. George's College have returned as last year's beaten the finalists and the 22-time champions. Dunkley gets inside the box.
And again, it's the captain, Leloxley Reed. Well-timed challenge, well-timed block. And he's been in the right place at the right time every time so far this afternoon.
He's everywhere, Leloxley Reed, and there he was again. Timely tackle, headed towards the target. Think the goalkeeper got a hand onto it, pushed it onto the left upright. And once again, Mona escaping.
Excellent save by Cleghorn. Bell must be wondering how he's to get past this goalkeeper. He's been doing well so far, Cleghorn. And that was an excellent save again. A good ball put into the box. And it was Dunkley with the header.
And that was another corner kick, the header from Tash Hilton on that occasion, but didn't connect well.
Probably the best header of the ball on the St. George's team.
Oh, here's the ball given away to Sims. Sims gets in a tackle with Gardner and loses possession to Akil Gardner. But again, Just player is down. Referee allowing play to continue. And as the ball goes out, is an opportunity to have a look at him.
There's Dunkley, who had the opportunity at the near post. Scored one so far this season, Dunkley. Quite versatile player, Devon Dunkley. Last season, Neville Burtis-Bell used him as a centre forward. And along with Damani Harris, there he is, Dunkley. This season, he's been asked to play a deeper role within the central midfield area. Very strong on the ball, Dunkley. Does have vision as well, so very versatile in his play. Chance to look at the infringement or the slight injury. This was a ball that was put into the box. Here's a header from Dunkley. It was a good header, well placed by Dunkley. Probably thought he had gotten past the goalkeeper. Oh, great reaction save by Cleghorn. Just got the outside of his left hand onto the upright, or onto the crossbar as well, I think. Right. Whatever it was, it didn't go in.
Yeah, it's Gavin Hilton who is down.
Must say, Ricardo, that so far this season we've seen some really impressive goalkeeping right throughout the island. We've seen it in the Costa Cup, some impressive keepers. We've seen it here in the Manning Cup. In fact, just yesterday, the Vauxhall #1 between the sticks did an excellent job.
It's clearly
Sean White.
Yeah, it's clearly an area that has been worked on in recent years. Here is Shepherd with a long-range shot, the keeper in position as usual, but it's clearly an area that has been worked on in recent years, because not long ago there were goalkeeping issues right across the competition, both of the Manning and the Costa Cup competitions.
In fact, there were far and few between the good goalkeepers, but we've seen quite a few so far this year. And Jamaica, a country that has generally produced pretty good goalkeepers. Up to recent seasons, remember Andre Blake doing so well in the MLS, and unfortunately for him, unable to fulfill a contract in England at that time due to the fact that Jamaica didn't have a good enough ranking at the international level.
Mona. Oh, Sims. Oh, Sims does well here. Oh, Sims still doing well. But the cross could have been better.
Too flat with the cross.
You're right, St. George's College just looking uncertain at the back at times.
It's just the organisation. It's very important to have a leader in that back line. One player who is going to orchestrate things, speak. If it's not the goalkeeper, it's got to be that main man within the defence line who is going to shout the instructions and organise everyone, and you just don't seem to have that person. I mean, looking at them, you'd think that that person is Taj Hilton, but when you see his face, you don't see him being very vocal to the rest of the defence line. I think that's causing an issue so far. Obviously, Michael not the most vocal either between the sticks, as his opposite number at the moment is down, Cleghorn. And I said one of the big reasons why I think the goalkeepers have improved so much as well is that a lot of the teams have caught on to the fact that goalkeeping coaches are necessary as well, and they have employed such. And I think slowly but surely the extra attention that is spent to the goalkeepers is finally bearing fruit.
Half an hour on the clock in this second round encounter in the ISSA Digital Manning Cup. St. George's College find themselves behind against Mona.
Well,
and substitution, Gavin Hilton, who is down injured, has been replaced. In the meantime, let's catch up with Shawana Ebanks.
Thank you, Ricardo. A quick pitch side report from the St. George's College bench. They are happy with the way they're playing. They're just not getting the goal in the back of the net. They also believe, though, that they're allowing Mona to pass the ball out, and they need to close them down more. While from the Mona bench, they're obviously happy with the go-ahead lead, but they do believe they're giving up spaces in the middle, and they need to refocus and get that right.
Thanks very much, Shawana. Mona, they transition quickly out of defense, and they've caught out the St. George's team on a couple of occasions. J.P. Henry. Has come onto the park, replacing Gavin Hilton. George's College looking for the equalizer. Don't have it there.
Great coverage again. And Cleghorn in the right position, well supported by his captain, Eloxley Reid. Reid has been everywhere for Mona so far. He was involved in the goal as well. Didn't get the final touch into the back of the net, but certainly caused problems with his aerial threat. Reid. Then it eventually fell to Pinnock. That man, the goal scorer, Daniel Pinnock. What an important lead this is for Mona. I think one of the issues, for example, as we said, we were comparing it to last season, or yesterday I should say, where Kingston College went down early against Vauxhall, who really looked good, Vauxhall. But when Kingston College did get the equalizer, the heads of the Vauxhall team, the belief just went out of their system. Their shoulders started to sag, their heads went down into the ground, and Kingston College just picked up that there was a wounded warrior there and really took over the game. And I think that's important. If St. George's do get the equalizer in this one, that Mona still stay confident and go for the victory.
Shepherd for St. George's College. Gets help from Dunkley. Throw for Gardner.
Of course, easier said than done when you're playing against an opponent that has won 22 Manning Cup titles and you've never been past the second round. But it is necessary, and the gap is being closed between a lot of these footballing teams that are not the traditional footballing giants like Mona High, like Vauxhall, but really coming of age and competing. We've seen it in the Da Costa Cup as well. Magotty, BB Coke, those kind of schools coming up.
There are a few reasons for that, I think.
McGrath.
I think one, quite a few schools. The coaching is important because Mary Shepherd now goes from distance and finds the equalizer for St. George's College. It was coming and it's finally come. It's 1-1.
Well, very unfortunate for Cleghorn. He's had a really good game so far, but just an awkward bounce, and we've seen that happen before at the Stadium East Field at this end as well. And if you don't shoot, you can't score. Just in front of him there, Cleghorn. An awkward bounce. Can't say he was in the best position though. And he was probably a little bit too right-sided of the right side of the ball. There you see it. Didn't get his body behind it either. And it was an awkward bounce over the hands. And well, just like that, St. George is back in it.
Jermone Shepherd with his second goal of the season brings St. George's College level at the Stadium East Field.
St. George's with their 39th goal of the season. They've only conceded 3, St. George's. Might actually be their 40th, in fact. 10 games they've played. 9 wins and just 1 draw, which came against Calabar.
Compton Thompson with the pass for Mona. Strong challenge coming in from Hilton. Denies them advancing any further. There's Stash Hilton. Sliding challenge, ensuring Mario Harris was stopped in his tracks. Third corner for Mona. Oh, it's not a bad one. Comes out to Whittingham. His shot is blocked by Gardner. Back to Whittingham. Gets it onto the left foot. Then tries across with the right. And St. George's will come away with Shepherd looking for the quick pass up front where Shantamoy Taylor was, but unable to find him on this occasion. But again, Once they go forward, Mona, they look threatening. And St. George's College, no matter what happens at the end of this one, will have some questions about the organization of their backline. As we get confirmation of the goal from Jamon Shepherd, his second of the season.
Jamon Cash Shepherd, formerly of Wilmer's boys, transferred to St. George's and playing well in their system thus far. Wilmer's not doing bad themselves. They were 1-0 victors over St. Catherine High in their first leg, second round tie. And that was an away fixture for Wilmer, so they have an important away goal.
St. George's College have an important away goal here
as well. This is Mona's home match.
And they will go for more. Taylor.
Haven't seen much of him so far, Shanton White Taylor. He's been well marshalled, hasn't been given a lot of room.
But that is what makes St. George's College so dangerous up front, because they can go to so many other players.
So him just tapping the back of Nathaniel Campbell, who's been in great goal scoring form in the last few games. Bertis Bell, really a big fan. There's Nathaniel Campbell, the captain. 8 goals on the season, 5 in his last 6. Neville Bell spoke so highly of Shantamoy Taylor. Say he's just the kind of youngster that can just play football. He doesn't necessarily know why he does things or why he ends up in certain places, but it's just his natural instinct as a forward player. Shantamoy Taylor, 17 goals last season, scored in the final as well, so he's not shy in front of the cameras. Even though that might be the belief, the fact that he didn't score in the Calabar game, the one televised one this season.
Stands over this free kick, Taylor. Lifts it high. Nathaniel Campbell, sorry, with that free kick. And Whittingham now for Mona. Oh, that's a nice pass up front for the goal scorer, Pinnock. Pinnock is pushed away from goal by Akil Gardner. And Gardner wins it for St. George's. Now Taylor with the goal scorer, Shepherd. Shepherd does well, picks out Gardner. Gardner put under a little bit of pressure and gives up a free kick. 8 of the 10 outfielders starting for St. George's College today have scored this season.
Yeah, both teams actually have good goal scoring records in their first 11. 7 of the 11 for Mona have scored, so pretty good as well. The goal scorer himself here being fouled. There he is. This on the ball now, the main goal scorer for Mona this season, Sims. Very skillful as well, look at that.
Mario Sims finds Whittingham. Whittingham lifts it high and away from goal, drilled in by Sims. That was headed forward. That was a strong effort from Mario Sims.
Very good technically, Sims, and here you see again heading on targets. Michael probably might have had that cover. It was tipping quickly, and that was a good clearing header from the likes of Rasheen Baker.
Rasheen Baker in the way, not for the first time this afternoon.
Probably won't be the last. Mona will create chances, it's just whether they're going to put them away. He says Sims, though, very good technically, good touch on the ball, is able to move both left and right. Watch that volley very closely. Sims.
They have created 2 clear-cut chances so far. One of them put away. The other one brought out a brilliant save from Michael. There's another corner kick.
Or would you say 3? Because Whittingham actually got 2. He got one, the first chance going to Whittingham. And then there was a through ball that came on the left side of the forward line where he got a one-on-one opportunity, kicked it, and it was blocked just before heading in the goal.
I put that down to brilliant defending from Rasheen Baker.
True, but it was an opportunity for Whittingham. As I said, good defending in the end.
St. George's College old boys together. Hoping for the complete turnaround. Shepherd. Dispossessed. Mona away. With Sims. Sims under pressure from Dunkley. Could win it back here. He does win it back. Oh, Sims does really well. And then goes towards goal. Goes for goal. Romario Harris was moving into space further on the right side. That might have been an option. Well, this man seems to always be on his phone, Alexander, the coach of Mona. I wonder what that's about from Mr. Morgan.
Maybe keeping the alumni updated.
Or he's probably watching on the SportsMax app.
That's very possible as well.
Did introduce them to it before the start of the contest, so who knows. Approaching the break, it's been an even first half. Both teams with opportunities, both teams converting one. And St. George's College will be hoping to convert another. Hilton. Oh, he goes really high. And the keeper does well. Made it look quite easy in the end. Shepherd, he's not shy of shooting from distance. This time though, he was looking for Nathaniel Campbell. And the ball didn't get to him. Cameron. Cameron again. Shepherd. Devon Dunkley. Slow, methodical build-up now for St. George's College. Dunkley for Brown. Back to Dunkley. To Brown. To Dunkley. Who was trying to be too cute for his own good. But does win his team a corner kick. As we move into 2 minutes of time added, another opportunity for St. George's College to make use of their aerial advantage. And this time up front. Shepherd with the corner kick. Hilton up for the header. Cameron does well to win it back, but the cross not accurate. St. George is attacking over on the left with Taylor. Now Shepherd, the goal scorer. Slips it through for Nathaniel Campbell. Shepherd again. Trying to take on Carlton Thompson. Thompson will have none of it and gets help as well. And eventually booted away by Jermaine Richards. Closing moments of the first half. Hilton with the throw. Dunkley slips it for Cameron. Cameron with a good cross. I think the goalkeeper might have got something onto it. Still a chance. And it's blocked. And then Cameron with the final effort. It goes away from the target.
Good defending by Mona yet again. Just getting something behind the ball. And that's the important thing.
And important that they did it, because it was pretty much the final play on the first half. An evenly contested first half. That man, Del Neil Pinnock, giving Mona High the lead. And then Jamon Shepherd equalizing for St. George's College. Evenly distributed in terms of opportunities, evenly distributed in terms of goals. It's St. George's College 1, Mona 1 at half-time.
All right, Marcel Gail is with me, assistant coach at St. George's College. When I spoke to you during the game, you mentioned the issue of not getting the ball in the back of the net, and it seems to continue to haunt you.
Yeah, but we get one. So I mean, yeah, it's the first half. I mean, we allow them to play a little bit, and you know, we just want to squeeze them a little bit and say what will come of that. You know, we expect a keen encounter from them, and then they're showing their worth thus far.
Well, after you've squeezed them a little bit, what did you see?
Yes, it resulted in a goal. But just in the final third, we have to get it a little bit right. A better decision making in the final third. I guess we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Marcel.
You're welcome.
Marcel Gale there, assistant coach at St. George's College. Joining me now is Anthony Bennett, assistant coach at Mona High. You would have hoped to be going through to their dressing room with a 1-0 lead, but has this equalizer by George's changed your halftime talk?
Yeah, it changed the halftime talk because the first 25 minutes ago we play according to plan, and then we change how we're playing, and it costs us the game. We cannot let St. George's team play because they are a team that play the ball on the ground, and when them get comfortable, them gonna cause a whole heap of problem. As you can see in the last 20 to 15 minutes, them cause a problem.
So how do you fix that in the second half?
Just have to go there, go in the dressing room and let the guys them get back focused, because I see them lose focus. So all we have to do get back in them, because it's not about the playing with them feet at Mona, it's about the mental. So that's what we're going to do.
Thank you, coach.
All right.
Anthony Bennett there of Mona High, hoping that the boys can refocus, while St. George's College, they're hoping to put the balls in the back of the net. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we have first half highlights and statistics, and I'll be taking a water break in the stands.
45 minutes out the way and another 45 to come. St. George's College in pursuit of a 23rd Manning Cup title. Pomona High just looking to push the limits of what is possible for them. And they have done very well to this point, and now they embark on 45 more minutes of examination from last year's beaten finalist. It's Mona 1, St. George's College 1, and we start the second half of this second round encounter at the Stadium East Field. Brown. There's Brown again. Back heel. And it's the captain once more, Lelox Reed, who embarks on an ambitious run and inevitably loses possession of the ball. Substitution made. Del Neil Pinnock, who looked hurt at the break, being replaced by Joel Powell for Mona.
Scored 2 goals so far, Powell. There he is, the number 21. Joel Powell. Very unfortunate for Pinnock. Had a pretty good half, the Mona number 7, and let's see what Powell can bring to the table.
St. George's, oh, well taken down by Shepherd. Back to Taylor. His shot charged down. Shepherd has had a decent game so far for St. George's.
See how the half starts. I hope that from a neutral's perspective that Mona continue to push the button. Of course, St. George's will go to their usual style of passing game, try to maintain possession and increase that possession percentage. That's their style of football. To keep the ball, move it all around the field, get the opposition tired because they're chasing. As I said, Neville Bell believes that one of the best ways to defend is just to have the ball, just to keep it and to attack.
Mona defending well here.
I'm a believer in that as well. Attack the first line of defense.
Tash Hilton dribbles forward. Still with Hilton.
And he did say he could strike them as well, Taj Hilton. And there was an example with the left boot, well blocked. Does like to get forward a lot, Taj Hilton. Really an overlapping man.
For once, it wasn't this man, Lelox Leridu, was in the way. It was Carlton Thompson. And in the first half, he was texting. Can't bother with that anymore. He's talking. Here's the corner kick. Oh, that could have been trouble. He gets away with it. Jabez Cleghorn. And Naeem Cameron is down for St. George's College.
Seems like a headbutt there. Stopped immediately by referee Mason. Here's the ball into the box. Misjudged by Cleghorn. Didn't judge the flight very well. That was really good defending, and actually was a pretty hard blow. Here it goes. Ooh. Big headbutt. What was that on the back post? That looked like Ferron, Keith Ferron, on the back post. Was it? Yeah. But he's up and running okay, but Cameron is down.
Keith Ferron is fine, not so much Naeem Cameron.
There's Ferron, number 19. Well, he's walking, but applying a little bit of ice or cold water. Cameron a bit dazed. Has had a pretty good game so far, Naeem Cameron. Also likes to get down the flanks and get the ball into the box. The last play of the first half involved him, where he actually had a cross into the box and a shot which was very much off target as well. Has scored in this fixture last season, Cameron, in the 3-0 victory in the second round at the Prison Oval in Spanish Town.
Carlton Thompson. Hilton. This is Duncliffe for St. George's College. Forward pass for Nicoy Graham.
Well, it's actually worked out pretty well for the captain Reid. Well, not so well for Sims though.
Thompson again. Now with Jermaine Richards.
In a 3-4-3 formation, Mona. You have to be very well organized at the back to just play with three, and they have done that for the most part. Even though they've conceded more goals this season than St. George's, Mona, they seem a lot more organized defensively. There's another example.
Mona away with the football. And they have a throw over on the far side. Better gathering in for the second half, but still not a great attendance by any stretch of the imagination.
Actually saw Excelsior in the background there, the Excelsior team lined up. There they are in their yellow tops and green shorts. They will be playing the second match of the day against Jonathan Grant.
Liebert Alleman, after his first match defeat in Montego Bay to Kingston College, told us that we should wait until October when we see him and we would see a different Excelsior unit.
Well, today is that day. Excelsior ranked 10th of the 16 seeds, and Jonathan Grant number 7.
Here's Graham for St. George's. Now Shepherd, whistle. It's been a relatively open game, this one. Brown. Taylor muscled off the football by the substitute J.B. Henry. Now with Jaheim Brown. Does well to switch the play.
Who did he see?
Must have been me.
You would be on another field, Ricardo.
Harris now for Mona. Mario Harris. Back to Sims. Carlton Thompson for Harris. Back to Thompson. Good football. But the cross leaves a lot to be desired. Everything else about the build-up was impressive. And then that.
Yeah. Really good to see Mona continue to come forward. As you said, good link-up play on the right-hand side, but just that final delivery not showing the same level of quality. This should be a match where Mona, based on what they've produced so far, should believe that they can make further inroads.
St. George's will have a similar belief. Cross the kick for Taylor, but Cleghorn is in the way, like he has been on a number of occasions so far today. Here's Jaheim Brown now for Woolman, for St. George's College. And Nathaniel Campbell wins a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. And there are a few SDGC boys who can strike it from this distance.
And he probably the best of them, Nathaniel Campbell. Really good from the dead ball. I thought in the match we did with Calabar, they missed him in that they got a lot of free kicks and not anyone with the same quality as Nathaniel Campbell. Let's see if he can produce that same level of quality from here.
Nathaniel Campbell steps forward for St. George's College.
A bit disappointing.
He can do much better than that. He has done much better than that. And he still has another 35 minutes to do better than that.
It was very close to the 18-yard line, which means with the wall set, you have to get it up and down very quickly. It's not an easy skill. And that one never had any dip in it at all, always going over the bar. And as I said, has done better.
Joel Powell now the substitute for Mona. Just pushed off the ball. Now Gardner spreads it forward for Shepherd, the goal scorer for St. George's. He too not given any room to parade his skills over on that right side.
Yeah, not as open a game in the second half so far. Teams a little bit more cautious, a little bit more organized defensively, covering the lines very well, both teams so far. So that's been an improvement to the first half.
Not a lot in this one. Not in the first 56 minutes at least.
You'd have to say his team, Neville Bell, in terms of the individual quality up front, has better goal scorers than Mona. But can they create the opportunity?
Duncliffe finds Campbell. Campbell gets inside the box. Campbell under pressure now. Campbell does well. Wins a corner kick. The big strong figure of JP Henry tracking him all the time. And Henry has done very well since he's come on as a substitute.
I think Henry was very careful as well, just not to put too much of a body on Campbell, who might have been looking for that as well. So just ushering him to the line.
Corner kick from Shepherd does well. Punched away by goalkeeper Cleghorn. St. George's regain possession. Now Shepherd. Carlton Thompson did well. They give the ball right back.
Good defending, really good defending.
No chance to catch St. George's on the counter. But STGC back well. Oh, and then give it back. Oh, what a glorious chance! Superb save!
Whistle on the play.
Well. What happened there?
I think Christopher Mason called whistle for a foul. Not sure if Whittingham was the guilty player on that occasion. That came even before the strike. Here it is. Nice pass that was out of the defense line. This was Whittingham again, who has done pretty well on the fast break so far. Showed a little bit too much of it, but then worked hard. And well, where's the foul there on Hilton? I don't see it. It was actually poor control by Taj Hilton. And this was the deflected effort which came off the upright.
Well, thankfully it didn't go in, because there would have been some amount of controversy there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I see any contact, if any contact at all on Hilton. No.
Free kick for St. George's. The captain, Luxley Reed, is up to win the first header. Now, Maria Sims away for Mona. Mona giving as much as they're getting here as we approach 1 hour into the contest. Delight for the Mona fans in front of the main stand at the Stadium East Field as Morris wheels his way around 1 and 2 and then gets taken down. Sims, Mario Sims.
Good skill by Mario Sims. Not the first today that we have seen that skill as Mona get ready to make yet another substitution. Romario Harris will be replaced, And Jonathan Gordon, who has scored 3 times so far this season, makes his appearance. Here is Sims again, really a tricky character. Mario Sims, the leading goal scorer for Mona, with 6, and that's a lovely pass.
That's a delightful pass for Jonathan Gordon, whose left-footed effort gives us an idea as to why he scored 3 goals this season. Wins his team a corner kick. This is becoming all too serious for St. George's College now. If they didn't know it before, they must know it now. They are in a battle.
Good to see Mona pushing forward. They believe, Mona, they have won 7 out of their 12 games so far this season. And they have scored 27 goals, Mona High. So they know how to win matches. They know how to score goals. The best third place team going through to the second round. Of course, this is a second round of 16 teams. That will be a foul for sure.
Jaheim Brown winning his team the free kick.
Of course, 8 out of those 16 teams will go through to the to the next round, the quarter-final round, which is 2 zones of 4. And then the top 2 will go through to a semi-final. You can do the maths from there. But the 8 winners from this round will go into the Champions Cup.
Nathaniel Campbell might have another chance from a dangerous position. Last time out, he was over the top. Oh, this time he looks for Shepherd. Well read, very, very well read by the substitute Jonathan Gordon. And he's away. Gordon sprinting down this right side. Nixon, nice pass up front. And although looking uncertain, the St. George's College defense gets the job done.
Yeah, really good pass by the substitute Gordon. He's had great energy since coming onto the park. And Joel Powell, I think, should have read that play a little bit better. Should have anticipated that pass. Always knew he was going to get that ball, but reacted a little slowly to it. Mona have certainly looked dangerous coming forward, and the substitutions have added something to their unit. Both Powell and Gordon, substitutes.
Of course, last season, St. George's College had their own super sub in Shantamoy Taylor. And we're seeing probably a couple of super subs for this Mona High team. You can see why they would have scored 5 goals between them running at teams with tired legs.
Shantamoy came on in the final and scored a goal as well. Albeit they didn't win St. George's, but scored his 17th of the season in that game. Well, he's a main man this year. To be honest, he didn't start as a super sub in last year's season, as we see Jonathan Grant, who will meet Excelsior next, warming up. He was actually a main string in the first round of last season, scored 10 goals in the first round, and then, well, went a bit dormant. So Neville Bell reverted to bringing him off the bench, and it worked. Said he just didn't look like he was hungry for a starting position anymore. And so put him on the bench, and it worked for St. George's.
Mona, a lot is working for them at this stage. Their fans are quite excited here.
As they should. Last year's beaten final with St. George's, and they're right up there with them. As I said, Mona, nothing to lose. This is the furthest they've ever been. Back-to-back years in the second round. Last year they were beaten by St. George's. In fact, they were destroyed 4-1, 7-1 on aggregate. And this year, 1-1, getting out of opportunities, and they probably see this as a big chance to get into the next round.
It's not often that Mona High has a lot to celebrate in the most important high school school events as far as sports is concerned in the land of wood and water.
Neville Bell has decided to warm up all his substitutes at this point. Sometimes I wonder if that's a psychological thing from his perspective, just to let the starting or the team know that replacements are there if they're not performing. So raise your level or you'll be off. We'll have a look at the 2 goals scored. This was the first one from Mona High. And a man who is no longer on the park, Del Neil Pinnock, with his 2nd of the season, the number 7 for Mona. And that came in the 19th minute. And then the man Shepherd. That came in the 35th minute. Jamon Shepherd with the equalizer, his 2nd on the season as well.
Confirmation of the 1-0 scoreline at this stage. Mona know that this is a home game, and so they will want to win it. St. George's College, they have what is now looking like a vital away goal. Valuable for sure. Shepherd does well, looking for Brown, and banged away by J.B. Henry.
It was a good game, Henry. There he is, came on as a substitute, and he's been very solid at the back for Mona. Some telling defensive plays, has covered well, has used his strength to good effect. He's helped out his captain, Loxley Reed, big time.
Came on in the 31st minute of the contest.
Gavin Hilton, number 22.
Gavin Hilton, of course, got hurt. And so it was a forced change, but it's one that has worked brilliantly. Sometimes you need to be forced. If you remember in the first half, Loxley Reed had to be everywhere. He was a player making all the blocks. Now he at least has some help. He does.
He's able to share the load.
Jonathan Gordon looking to step on forward for Joel Powell. In fact, for Carlton Thompson, there's the number 20, J.B. Henry. He's a strong-looking fellow, that's for sure. St. George's College getting ready to make a substitution. Akil Gardner making his way off, replaced by Shahid McLean.
We're not fall. Well done. That's that.
A lot for St. George's College to think about here. They have been thoroughly tested in this 2nd round encounter. A far cry from what obtained a year ago. What a difference a year makes. This is the difference. We're seeing it in Mona. We're seeing it in a team with some amount of quality and a willingness to fight. Javon Dunkley slips it right side for Shahid McLean, the substitute.
Good defending yet again, covering each other in the defense line. Loxley Reed has been a good leader in his centre-back role for Mona.
Campbell.
That's the aspect. There you see signs of good defending. And you can see Reed very vocal, talking to his team, and then him with the clearance as well. I think that's one of the main differences between the 2 defense lines. There's a communicator at the back. There's somebody leading that line. And so there's a better understanding. You're able to cover the avenue as well, close down situations. I mean, obviously a good attacking team will still find opportunities, but you will thwart more than you concede.
They have been so solid. And to think the goal they conceded this afternoon was more because of a bad bounce than anything else. That man confident enough to shoot from distance. Jamon Shepherd.
I think the transition plays where they want to improve a little bit more in terms of how they move from the defense line or keep the ball and get it forward. They haven't been forward as much in the second half as the first half. St. George's for the most part have controlled the middle of the park. They have defended a bit better in this half, St. George's.
Campbell for Shahid McLean. Good cross coming in. The header comfortably dealt with by Jabez Cleghorn. Surprised they haven't utilized those crosses more. St. George's College and Jaheim Brown with the header, but not with the power, nor the direction that he might have been hoping for. And this is where it will become difficult for Mona, because they have been forced to do a lot of running. And although it hasn't been a hot afternoon, we've been spared that by the rain and the overcast conditions, they will still feel it towards the end of the match. And of course, this is what you spoke about earlier, Chris, the fact that they would have played more games than St. George's College coming into this.
Yeah, as we have a look at Jonathan Grant, 7th seed team. Jonathan Grant, they'll be coming up against Excelsior in the second match of the day. But yeah, it's around that time, Ricardo, 65-70 minutes into the game, where those legs who have played the additional games, you start to see evident. And these are where the bigger teams, as you have a look at Excelsior warming up as well, this is where the bigger teams will benefit more, because their squads tend to be deeper, so they're able to make changes and maintain the quality on the park. A lot of the other teams that don't have the depth, they struggle with that. I think that was a problem for Vauxhall yesterday, where their starting 11 is very good, but what comes off the bench is not of the same quality, so there was a dip in play. And as this game progresses, we'll see from a Mona perspective if that's the case as well. With their substitutes, 2 of them have done well so far, but that is one of the aspects that's going to tell in terms of their legs, the cramp and so on, and whether they will continue to track as well. I mean, it has helped them that this has been generally overcast conditions, so it hasn't been as hot as we have seen on other afternoons.
St. George's College attacking, and that's about it. Still no clear sign as to where this one is going. They have seen a lot less of the football in this second half, Mona, than I think they did in the first. But they have defended so well, they really haven't given up opportunities. Brown for Dunkley. Dunkley always willing to dribble. Finds Campbell, who is still in a clean coat of clothes. Nathaniel Campbell. Mario Sims now.
Yeah, apart from a couple moments in the first half and the 2 free kicks, Nathaniel Campbell has been kept pretty quiet from Mona. Does go in and out of games a lot, and that will be offside. Does go in and out of games a lot, Nathaniel Campbell, and that has been a criticism of him over the last few seasons. Can come out of the blue with a wonder goal every now and then. Does kick the ball very well. The St. George's number 10.
He sure does look clean.
In muddy conditions, eh?
Here is Jaheim Brown.
Or maybe that's a sign of his good center of gravity. It doesn't fall off him.
Graham, Nicoy Graham. Now for Dunkley. Weighing his options. Goes back to Rashane Baker, who has had a couple of important stops in this match. Shepherd. Dunkley again. Hilton. Graham is on the left. And they decided to go down the center and made it too easy for Mona. Cameron and Shepherd together. This is Shepherd now. For Brown. Brown trying to queue up a shot. Goes down. And the referee awards a free kick, which is taken quickly. Comes to Graham. Glorious chance. Brilliant save. Almost caught them out. And that is headed in. Nathaniel Campbell turns up in the nick of time. And St. George's College have turned this one around. In the 76th minute, they lead Mona by 2-1.
Well, similar story for St. George's College, a lead over Mona. Similar story for Nathaniel Campbell, pops up after being so quiet. And an unlikely way to score. Nathaniel Campbell started with him. Good intelligence here, good footballing IQ. Spotted it, took it very quickly, caught Mona off guard. An excellent save by Cleghorn. And then the follow-up header. Doesn't score many goals with the head, Nathaniel Campbell. A looping header. And well, defensively, you just wonder if Mona could have done a little bit better. Kudos to Campbell, though. Was very off balance, but managed to get it on target and just beneath the crossbar. Very difficult for the defender. It would have had to have been Cleghorn, who was off his line. And the trajectory of the ball left him no chance.
How do they respond? That man has responded brilliantly for St. George's College with his 9th goal of the season.
And his 6th in his last 7 appearances.
A captain's goal, putting St. George's College on the front foot for the first time this afternoon. Now Dunkley. Campbell again. Too cute.
Yeah. That would have been too close to the goalkeeper, Cleghorn. Nathaniel Campbell, there's a confirmation of his 9th goal of the season. St. George's captain. Very unusual to see him score one with the head. That one will go down in his little book of memorabilia.
Tash Hilton down now. We've not seen many St. George's College players on the turf this afternoon, but Hilton, who has done a lot of work in that centre-back position.
And does do a lot of overlapping as well, so he has travelled a little bit more than some of the other players. Does get up and down the field a lot. Likes to get forward, Hilton.
Never Burgess Bell is asking him if he can continue.
Seems okay, Hilton. He certainly wants to get back on.
Now, Mario Sims for Mona. Can they find a way back into this? St. George's College having to use all their experience, all their quality to eke out the advantage here. And a bit of luck.
Yeah, we spoke about the fact that St. George's in the final third more quality than this Mona team in terms of their individual goal scorers. And that was certainly a moment of quality from Campbell. By no means an easy header, but certainly did mean to hit the ball, to head it on target, and did it very well. Got the trajectory just right under the crossbar, and also picked up, I think, that Cleghorn was off his line. which made the header even more impressive.
Started with a fine piece of footballing intelligence and ended with great quality.
Yeah. Just realized when the ball was spotted. There's Nathaniel Campbell helping out. That's good sportsmanship being shown there as well. Showed a lot of, just as you said, great footballing IQ and awareness to see that the Mona team had all come together to get over the ball, to cover it. And they were not organized, so played it quickly and got them out.
St. George's College must win the Fair Play Award every year.
Well, that will help their chances. We saw some good fair play yesterday as well with Giovanni Leng, the captain of Camperdown. He was a little bit more aggressive than we've seen Nathaniel Campbell there.
Jermaine Richards, the man down for Mona. As we just saw a few of the Excelsior fans patiently waiting for their team to take the field against Jonathan Grant. The principal of Mona on the bench, cheering his team on as they get ready to make their 4th substitution. Shawafi Smith comes on. Here is Jonathan Gordon. Carlton Thompson. Good cross from Thompson. Danger averted. Now it's St. George's. Just turn to go forward. Oh, slip through from Jaden Brown, looking for Shantamoy Taylor. Just a little bit too much weight onto it. So DeVar Whittingham has been taken off, confirmation of the 5th and final substitution for Mona. Whittingham and the number 9 taken out. And Wilmot, the man who has replaced him. So all 5 substitutions made now for the Mona High team.
Not easy corner.
This is the 11 that will have to do it for them. Gordon. Jonathan Gordon. Oh, he's shown skill. Shot coming in from Smith. Now St. George's College looking to catch them on the counter. Taylor gets around the captain and then looking for Brown. Didn't find him. Brown.
I don't think that was the right pass, Ricardo. I actually think he should have used Brown as a decoy. Allow him to run with the defender, keep the ball for himself, and you would have gotten a right-footed shot off Shantamoy Taylor. That was never going to be a pass for Brown, based on the direction that Brown was running. But he would have had an open shot on goal had he kept it. It was a really intelligent run by Jaheim Brown, the number 13 for St. George's.
Just one change made so far by St. George's College.
That one change you had mentioned, Shahid McLean coming on for Gardner. Seems as if they're ready to make their second substitution, though, St. George's. Curtel Laws is going to get an opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if he's replacing Jaheim Brown.
Mona have 5 minutes of normal time plus whatever is to be added. Just reminding you, this is a two-way second round playoff. And this is Mona's home fixture. Which means they have conceded 2 goals at home.
Yeah. So just in case, just for you to understand the away goals rule, if this result remains the same, and in St. George's home match, Mona wins by 1-0, so the aggregate would be 2-2. St. George's would go through to the quarter-final round based on the away goal rule because they scored 2 away from home. There's a lot of coaches and other persons who believe that the away goal counts as 2. Almost, yeah.
So Jaheim Brown is going to be taken off.
The change that we expected. Curtin Laws, a man who hasn't scored so far this season. Where's the number 24? All of the St. George's bench still warming at the back.
Shantamoy Taylor has scored in all but one of the games of St. George's this season. Here is Laws with a great opportunity and never ever seemed confident as that ball came across to him.
Yeah, this would be the second game that Shantamoy hasn't scored in, and it's the second televised game that St. George's have been involved in as well.
Fortunately, St. George's College have gotten a couple of goals today.
That's Shantamoy. That's Mario Sims. He also has not been able to get on the score sheet, the leading goal scorer for Mona. We'll only have a few minutes to rectify that. Nathaniel Campbell, St. George's number 10, has been pretty good as well. Has certainly finished the game very well, Nathaniel Campbell. Intelligent play to create the opportunity for the free kick, and then that goal, which might very well be the winner. As you said, goes in and out of games but pops up in important times. Here he is on the ball, Campbell.
Shepherd has been quite consistent for St. George's College as well.
Yeah, Shepherd wasn't bad either. He seems to be a fan favorite, Shepherd. I don't think he's had as good a second half as he did the first. Campbell may be finishing the game better, so closer in the minds.
Campbell has had moments.
Yeah. If you even think of that, a couple of the opportunities in the first half, it was through Campbell that those opportunities came. A couple of 1-2s in and around the 18-yard area. He created the opportunity for Jaheim Brown, that first chance that St. George's got.
Not many opportunities, if any, created in the last few minutes.
No.
Not since St. George's College took the lead. Mona would dearly love to create another, at least one more here, as they try to get level. Now that's a sight they won't like. Their captain, Loxley down.
He's been the best on the day, certainly for Mona. The Loxley Reed, excellent game he's had so far this afternoon. Unfortunately for him, at this point he's on the losing end of the stick. And let's have a look at some of his efforts. That was in the first 2 minutes of the game. Excellent defensive header, and he's really been in the thick of things. Was a major contributor to the goal they scored, Mona Loxley Reed, in the thick of things. And he's defended very well. He's been in the right place at the right time. That was one of his few overlapping runs, the Mona captain. And he's down now getting some treatment, but he certainly held that defense line together. And a really outstanding moment from Nathaniel Campbell to get that goal. There's nothing that Reed could have done about it. But I think he's marshaled that back line very well, and that's an unfortunate sight for the Mona team.
And they've already made all their substitutions, so they will have to operate with just 10 men as we are operating in added time.
And concerned look on the faces of the fans, and I can understand why. So important to this team, the Loxley Reed, not only in terms of his talent with his feet or head, but certainly in terms of his leadership and his mental application to this unit. I actually think hands down he's probably been the best player on the park. So it's unfortunate that, as I said, he's on the losing end of the stick at the moment.
No fault.
Mona, can they create something at the end here?
You're wondering about the other fixtures. There were two that were supposed to take place at the Prison Oval in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. They have both been called off. And that was St. Jago against Charlie Smith and Heidel against JC, Jamaica College. So those games postponed.
Go, 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 go. You know what?
Free kick for Mona. Is this the chance? Reed, the captain, is back on the park. Not in your shot at the moment, but they have a free kick. Came into JB Henry, who is trying to turn it towards goal. Block, and they have a corner kick.
He's had a really good game as well. Henry came on as a substitute. Good ball into the box by Mario Sims. But Henry has been a good servant for Reed.
Sims again. This one goes high. And Orville Michael does well. And there is the captain, Loxley Reed.
They were aiming for him as well. The ball did come to him, but good goalkeeping by Schmeichel, and his head was right there ready to pounce Loxley.
Yeah, awkward name, especially for a young man to have these days.
Yeah, unusual. When I was writing up the match card, I thought so myself. I was wondering his age.
He looks under 20.
18 going 60.
Not a lot of time left. For Mona to the back level. Maybe only seconds as St. George's College controls possession of the football. Laws for Campbell. Campbell's shot is high, but it may well be the final one of the contest as well. We are into time added on added time. Mona struggling to get forward. And it's a throw for St. George's College, which they will not have the opportunity to take. Mona High School better than they were a year ago, but 1 year later still not good enough. It's St. George's College who eke out a 2-1 advantage. Romario Shepherd, their number 8, getting them the equalizer. This man finding the winner. And St. George's College finding a way to get it done. It was not easy, it was tough, but Neville Bell, having seen it all before, found a way to marshal his troops and got them the 1-goal advantage going into the second leg. Alexander Morgan, the man in charge of Mona, will feel pretty good that his team came out here and they fought. But at the end of it, it's Mona 1, St. George's College 2.
3 goals to talk about. Spirited performance by the Mona High team, and they would find the back of the net first. Loxley Reid, the best player on the park for Mona, causing all kinds of problems, the captain, the number 5. But the opportunity would fall to Delneil Pinnock, and he would find the clinical finish into the near post, the number 7 for Mona. And his second on the season, that would come after 19 minutes. And Mona High with an important 1-goal advantage. But it would be evened out by St. George's, and this man, Jamon Shepherd, with a strike from some distance, awkward bounce for Jabez Cleghorn, who had a good day generally between the sticks for Mona, and that was unfortunate for him. Didn't get his body behind the ball. And St. George's number 8 with his second of the season, and he would continue that way until the second half, until this moment in the 76th minute. Coming forward, Shepherd with the pass, Jaheim Brown cutting in, he would win a free kick here. And just look at this intelligence from Nathaniel Campbell, the captain, the number 10 for St. George's. A quick pass, and the strike from number 14 there, the likes of Grant. And then the header from Nathaniel Campbell, his 9th of the season. The strike initially from Graham, and what a header that was. Keeper off his line, Cleghorn, and brilliant trajectory from Nathaniel Campbell for number 9 of the season. A captain's knock, as they would say, a captain's goal. And a 2-1 win for St. George's. There we see it, 9 shots on target from their 18 attempts, St. George's. 6 on target from 10 from Mona High. It was a pretty good showing for them here at the Stadium East Field. Some 20 fouls between the two, but referee Christopher Mason left the cards in the pocket. 4 offsides shared equally, and 10 corners for St. George's compared to Mona High's 7. 9 saves between the two, and Cleghorn the busier between the sticks with 6 of them. And 54% possession for St. George's to Mona High's 46. And at the end of it all, St. George's 2, Mona High 1, we're with our MVP, Nathaniel Campbell.
Thank you, Chris Taylor, the captain. He was the man to watch for this game, and he gave St. George's College the winner. Nathaniel Campbell scoring his 9th goal. Congratulations. How do you feel being named MVP?
Thanks for the congratulations. It was a good match. I feel good for the MVP, and thank God for being here.
How crucial are these 2 away goals?
It's very crucial because we don't know what can happen in the next game, but we'll go into each game confident, look forward to win, and play for the win.
Is this your first header in the Manning Cup this season?
No, second.
Congratulations, 9 goals to your name. All the best.
Thanks.
Nathaniel Campbell there, our MVP today. Joining me now is Alexander Morgan, coach at Mona High School. Coach, do you believe you should have gotten away with something today, gone away with maybe a draw or a win?
Yes, honestly, if I leave a point, we should get out of this game because we played very well.
How pleased were you to see the performance that the boys put on for you today?
Yeah, well, I'm very pleased about their performance, but I know that they have it in them to play, and they always rise when they play against a big team.
How do you turn this 2-1 defeat around in the second leg?
Well, Saturday we have it all to play for at Spanish Town, so we'll just go and just throw the kitchen sink, everything at them.
Throw the what, sir?
The kitchen sink, everything. Hopefully we'll win.
All right, thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thank you.
Alexander Morgan there, hoping to throw the kitchen sink at St. George's College on Saturday. But Marcel Gale, the assistant coach of St. George's College, he has something to say about that. This was a tough victory for you. Are you concerned going into the second leg?
most important thing, we won the game.
Yes.
You know, we were looking about injuries around. We didn't sustain them today. But kudos to St. George's College today. I thought they played well to win the game. But I mean, Mona, turned out hard today. I mean, they played from minute 1 to minute 90. So I mean, congrats to Mona, even though they're not coming out winning them. But we know we have to do second leg. I mean, the second leg is gonna be our one. But we have a goal away on the road, so you have to move from that and try to go forward for the next one Saturday.
How pleased were you with Nathaniel's performance? He's named our MVP today and he gave you the match winner.
It's no surprise. I mean, all in training this week, the 2 goal scorers, they were fabulous this week in training. So that testimony of that this week in training. So hopefully we can end off the week with the next victory come on Saturday.
Thanks, Marcel.
You're welcome.
Marcel Gale, assistant coach at St. George's College. He's very happy with the victory and hopefully they can close this out come Saturday. Of course, this is a home and away tie. Therefore, they will play a second leg. St. George's College, though, they got away with the 2-1 win. 2 very crucial away goals that will definitely boost them going into the second leg of this tie. But this is where we close things out. St. George's College, 2-1 winners over Mona High here in first leg, second round action in Digital Manning Cup competition. My name is Shawana E. Banks on behalf of Ricardo Chambers and Chris Taylor, and of course our very hardworking production team. Thank you for watching.